the GMO march in Bristol, and there are shitloads of people. Do you feel it's important to be here today?
Incredibly important, yeah. I mean, you know, it's a good turnout. I would like to have been bigger, of course, but yeah, it's just one of those things. You've got to stand up and say no and say what you disagree with, and you know what these companies are doing around the globe is pretty fucking disgraceful, to be honest.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it's big things have small beginnings.
Yeah. What do you think that we can do to stop genetically modified foods?
Get people educated on how to grow their own food. I mean, education, I know Tony Blair blabbed on about it, but he didn't really mean any of it. Yeah. He was just saying it. But it is a vital part of any society. If you're educated, then people have a say. They have knowledge to back up any point that they believe in. And I think schools should be teaching. I think every school should have a plot to grow their own food and teach them how to sustain themselves in the future and not buy off big companies, things like that.
I just want to know why you guys are protesting today.
Well, you know, I would like to know what I'm being given in my food when I buy it, and obviously, you know, that from coming here today, I realised that genetically modified food is infiltrating every little corner of our earth, and we seem to be out of control and don't have any rights over what we're eating, and you know. So.
Is that the same for you?
That is basically what is bothering me, is the lack of control, and that large corporations are taking over everything, and they're basically poisoning us because it's been proven that GM foods cause cancer and the growth of tumours in rats, and that's a real worry. I mean, I don't like animal testing to begin with, but I've been watching quite a lot of documentaries on the internet about it lately, and just becoming more and more shocked and just disheartened with it. So
fair enough. So what do you think we can do as a people to change this?
I think mostly it's to make everyone aware, and then, you know, it does start down. It comes down to the individual, doesn't it? To maybe buy more, be more wise when you buy. But obviously, you know, organic food is quite expensive and not widely available. But I think that's the main way forward. And you know, a lot of people don't care, do they? So that it's trying to get the message across and publicise it more, I think, which is why this is good today. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to make more of an effort to start growing my own food, which I haven't really done, and I've only just planted some tomatoes the other day, so I have high hopes. And yeah, because I can't afford organic food on the whole, but I would like to be able to know that what I'm eating doesn't have strange things like fish genes or organisms that shouldn't be in there, really.
Okay, so I'm here with Liz, and I was just wondering, why are you protesting today?
I'm protesting because Monsanto's been doing a huge amount of damage across the world in the last 10 years, and it's really important we stop them and their other cohorts in the biotech industry from taking our food away from us, basically.
What do you think that we can do as a people to kind of change our fates?
I think there's loads of stuff. I think the international solidarity brought about by today is really exciting. And is a huge step for those people who are struggling on the front line of GM crop going to know that they're not isolated.
So I'm here with Tom, the organiser of this event. Why are you here?
Well, the big reason we're here is to spread awareness of who Monsanto are and what they're doing. For those who aren't aware, they started in the early 1900s and produced pesticides and herbicides that have caused untold damage to the environment, animals, plants, humans, everything. Then more recently they became industry leaders in genetic modification, producing things like genetically modified soy, corn and cotton, which are, all these crops have proved to be very dangerous and damaging to people eating them and the environment around them. On top of that, they spend so much money lobbying that they can essentially buy what laws they want. And recently there's been something dubbed the Monsanto Protection Act, which, amongst other things, protects them from any legal action being taken against them if their produce is found to harm people. It also enables them to plant their crops on a site even if a court of law has decreed that they shouldn't do it. So this is just ludicrous stuff, and it's just an example of how horribly corrupt it is. So on today, the 25th of May 2013, all around the world there has been a massive demonstration in possibly 400 cities in around 35 countries, 5 continents. This is a truly worldwide event, and we are the Bristol part of that. It's all about standing together with the global community, saying we don't want this, and trying to get the message out there of who these people are, what they're doing, and hoping that we can try and do something about it.
Going on to that, what do you reckon we can do about this?
Well, it's a tricky one because they have so much money and control that they're hard to fight. I think the real thing to do now is to spread awareness, because most people that you talk to, like the amount of people I've spoken to who say, oh, who's Monsanto? What do they do? So no one knows that these people exist and what they're doing, so it's important to spread the word, educate yourself, educate others. Grassroots media such as yourselves, getting it on YouTube, social media, I think that's really it's the best way to spread messages these days.
I'm marching today because I've been campaigning against genetically engineered crops for 14 years. We actually now have proof that they are an abomination. There's evidence, certainly in America and in other countries, that it's damaging nature. It's damaging watercourses too. It's damaging the health of animals, the insects, and of course humans. In America, their food isn't labelled. Luckily, it's labelled here.
You don't see any of this on the main news. You don't see Monsanto. Monsanto! They are poisoning the world. They are making food out of poison. They're giving people cancer. They've got genetically modified seeds. They have total control of the planet. The food supply and the food chain has been saturated. It's been poisoned by these profiteers. These heinous, despicable people. Monsanto. There was millions around the world yesterday. Millions. They marched everywhere. Virtually every country on the planet. Not one mention. Anywhere on the news, on the media. Nothing. What? How is that possible? How is that? Do they not care, the journalists? What the fuck? How is that even possible? It's not even mentioned.